Hi, I'm Karen Pepe, and this is Karen Pepe, the Positivity Project. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we are going to talk about heart health, but not just heart health. It's leading from your heart, it's giving from your heart, it's all this stuff because February, when I'm sharing this, is Heart Health Month. And you may not know this about me, but I was born with a major heart defect, and I've actually had two open heart surgeries. Both of them had major complications. I've had a pacemaker put in, the pacemaker battery die, had another pacemaker put in. So I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of scars, a lot of different things that have happened to my heart over time. And I do want to talk to you about keeping your heart healthy because that's really important, but it's part of an overall thing. Have you ever felt like you were knocked down, that maybe you had a defect that you just couldn't get over? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can. It all starts in your heart, but also in your head. And what I mean by that is you need to start with a positive perspective. When I found out I had a heart defect, I was a small child, and my mom was the one who needed to talk to me about it. And she was the one that was bringing me to the heart doctor. And she was the one who had to bear the burden of her child, knowing her child was going to have surgery one day. And back then, I'm not really sure, but I don't think that they had the capability of fixing me at that time. But she never let on. She was always positive. She was always telling me I could do whatever I wanted to do instead of holding me back, instead of pushing me back, even though she was very protective and she was a nurse also. So she knew all of the different things. She wasn't living in this fake reality, but she taught me to persevere and to really face the challenges that were ahead of me. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about right now. Life can knock you down in many, many ways. It can be with surgeries, it can be with bad things happening, it can be with death of loved ones, so many times. And not that you shouldn't take those seriously, you absolutely should. But something that I want to give to you right now is looking at those bad things that happen or those challenges that happen and flipping the switch. Taking time to be sad. For instance, when I found out I was going to have my surgery, my first open heart surgery, I was scared and I cried. I cried by myself in a car on my way to a meeting because that's when the doctor told me. And I remember thinking, well, what next? What if I die? Because it's surgery, of course you can. What if something goes wrong? And I sat in that for a little bit. But I decided to give myself a little bit of grace, take a deep breath, and think about all the things that were positive. My heart was going to be fixed. I'm going to be patched up. I'm going to live. I know I'm going to still be there. For at this point, I had children and a marriage. And I knew that if I focused on that would help me. Yes, it doesn't mean that something couldn't go wrong and I couldn't die. And unfortunately, that burden was on my husband and my kids and my family knowing when something went wrong. I didn't. I was, under anesthesia. My point is this, not that you were having heart surgery, or maybe you are, or maybe you were. But think about those times in your life when things are pushing you down. And how can you pick yourself up? It's thinking about the best things to come. It's keeping that positive attitude. And how do you keep it? All right. So how do you keep it? You need to take a moment, take a breath. And I really mean a breath, like deep, deep breath. Think about it. Really think about it. What can you learn from this? Where can you grow from this? How can you get past this? What can you do? The next thing you can possibly do to get better. So because it's National Heart Health Month, what can you do right this second to make your own heart better? Maybe it's not your physical heart. Maybe it's your heart, your love, your being, your mojo, your self-efficacy, your self-confidence. What can you do right now, right today, to make this better? Maybe it's for health purposes, take a walk, run around the house, do yoga. Yoga's great for your heart, by the way. People always think it's just cardio. Oh no, yoga is amazing for your heart also. So check into those things. Look into the things that can make your heart physically healthier, but also healthier inside of your heart. So in your mind, how is that going to be better? You need to take the negative stuff, the bad things, and flip the switch. It's not easy. It isn't. I don't want to say, oh, there she goes. Yeah, she's got all the answers. No, I don't have all the answers. I just have tools that have helped me and that I want to help you. Think about today, a challenge that you have faced in the past. How did you overcome it? Or maybe you haven't overcome it yet. Think about something that might happen. How are you going to overcome that? It takes a lot of thinking about this, but not like overwhelming yourself or anything else. But it's what can you do to change it? What's the first thing that you can do today? So maybe it's your heart health. You can take a short walk. I don't care if you have unless the doctor tells you not to walk, but if you have your legs are killing you or something, think of something else. Go in a pool, swim. Even if it's cold outside, find a pool inside. Do whatever it takes to get your heart healthy from the inside, but also from the outside. You want to take things and share it. Share your love, share your leadership, share from the heart. And this is something that really, really helps. Be grateful for what you have. I am grateful that I actually have a heart. I am grateful that medicine has moved so much that I could have these open heart surgeries. How about you? What is it that you're facing, and what can you be grateful for? Now, my mom passed away 12 years ago. Good Lord, I can't even remember. Let's start counting. 9, 10, oh, it is 14 years. And I'm smiling. You know why I'm smiling? Because I had her for that amount of time. She died young, but she still lived. And when she lived, I mean it, she lived. When she was diagnosed with cancer, she chose to live. They gave her 2 years. She lived 12. That is because of her positive attitude. You know what? She was grateful for what she had. She was grateful that she knew she had this so she could get as healthy as she could. She could take care of it and fight it. And being grateful for the things that you have, her family and friends, and choosing to live, that made a huge difference. I know it can make a difference for you, whatever troubles you might be having, wherever it is. I don't mean to make light of them. I am not making light of them. I'm telling you about 2 really big things. One that happened to me, one that happened to my mom. But think of those things and give yourself some grace. Find the gratitude. Find the things to be grateful in when there's even the worst of scenarios. I can go into so many other things from my heart and things that I have had to overcome, but it's not about me. It's about what you have to go through. It's about you finding that positive strength inside of you. We'll be talking much more about this in future videos, but I wanted to come here to you today because as I'm posting this, it is Valentine's Day. So I wanted you to think about your heart, leading from your heart, taking care of your heart, both inside and out.